Hello, everybody. Welcome along to Championship predictions for round 3. Sam Parkin has taken a 2-0 lead. Sam, as much as it stings and hurts and pains me to do it, it's a great call, mate. Norwich 2, Blackburn 2 has won it for you last week.
Yeah, it's been a relatively low scoring start, hasn't it? But I think there is a lot of mayhem. There is a lot of doubt at the start of the season as to what you're going to get served up. Hence why we've not been maybe on the money as much as we will be later in the season. But yeah, happy with that one. Stunk of a 2-2. And I've got a couple here that I fancy as well.
Oh, you love to see it. Get involved in the comments. Get your predictions in. You can copy and paste the fixtures out of the chapters in the description below and reply with your predictions. Give yourself 1 point to get the correct outcome, home, away, or draw. Give yourself 3 points if you get a correct result. It is harder than it looks, as Sam and I have proved very efficiently over the first 2 rounds. Give yourself a bonus point if your prediction comes in the correct scoreline and it has 5 or more goals. No smash hits yet, Sam. No 4-pointers. Who is going to get the first this season? I can tell you who's going to go first in round 3. A big game in South Yorkshire, Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds. Sam.
Yeah, it's so difficult after the weekend. I think it'll be narrow. I just think that it's unlikely that Leeds are going to get enough business done before next weekend's round of games. Sheffield Wednesday, obviously one resounding win and one atrocious defeat. I'm going to go for Sheffield Wednesday here. I'm going to go for Sheffield Wednesday to make it an even worse start for Leeds United. I'm going to go for Sheffield Wednesday 2, Leeds 1.
Wow. Straight in. I mean, yeah, we've all got to back off Leeds a bit now, Sam, until they sort out the squad. I got some heat on Twitter for saying, look, I've got to stick with my pre-season predictions and listed my 4 for all the leagues. And everyone's like, you're still going with Leeds, Ben? I'm like, I can't change my mind after 1 week. I can cool down now and put this one right down the middle. So I'm not going to go as boldly as you, Sam, and back against Leeds, but I will assume they're not going to win. And I'm going to go for the draw. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Leeds United 1, which moves us over to Ashton Gate, Bristol City versus Coventry, where Bristol City have made a good start. They're undefeated. Could have beaten Hull on opening week. Snuck in. They haven't been convincing in either of the games yet, have they? Being as they beat Millwall 4-3 and they were behind going into the last knockings of that. Coventry kind of feels like they're speeding up very, very slowly. I don't want to go for 2 draws in my first 2 games, Sam, but I can't separate these 2 at all. I can't do anything other than go for the draw. I'm not going to go 2 consecutive 1-1s. Oh, it's not going to be 2 draws, is it? Let's go for an away win. Bristol City 1, Coventry 2. I've been through every possible result in my head in the last 3 seconds. Bristol City 1, Cov 2. Sam, what do you reckon? Are you more sure than me?
Yeah, I am actually.
Good.
I'd love someone to go back and just tell me how many times I've said Coventry are going to draw 2-2 away from home and how many times they're going to win 3-2 at home, because I feel like I do it for every single fixture. Bristol City, I just think they're just so unpredictable. But again, I probably predict them to draw 2-2 at Ashton Gate every time. 2-2.
And it goes the Desmond. Sam, you're up. Hull with 2 draws versus Millwall.
Well, for me, because the results or the points on the board are not maybe what Millwall deserve, or they've been unfortunate, certainly, to lose late games twice, I think this could be the weekend that they upset the odds. I'm going to go for Millwall to keep a clean sheet and win by 1-0.
So I'm going to flip that, Sam. I am worried about Millwall, getting back into games and then losing them. There may be a sense of battening down hatches. We said on the Championship check-in podcast that Hull aren't quite getting the Tim Voltable, whatever that is, yet. So I will flip your scoreline, Sam, and we're going to go Hull 1, Millwall 0. Sorry, Lions fans, 3 straight defeats, if that's the case. Which moves us to Sam's lot, QPR versus Plymouth. And look, we'd have all been heavy on QPR after round one and that awful Plymouth defeat. How many times do I say this season? If this game was in the other stadium, I would maybe give Plymouth more of a chance. But I feel, you said it, Sam, on the check-in, QPR up and running now. So I will go for a Rangers win. QPR 2, Plymouth 0.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you said. I think Argyle's away form has to improve this year. I don't think it will do here, albeit they are on the board now. I think that draw at Sheffield United would act as a catalyst for QPR, and I think the players with more training and more minutes, the new players that is, will get better and see QPR have a good season, is my belief. 3-1 QPR.
And you're up next, Sam, with Blackburn, and I'm now going to start calling them ruthless Oxford United, who seem to score with every shot that they have.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a great start, in terms of the performances. I would say Oxford, maybe not the results. And, the game the other day, the bits I saw, they looked incredibly comfortable at Championship level. So it's a credit to, I think, how they've worked during the pre-season. And, of course, the players that they brought in to improve them as well. However, impressed with Blackburn's start. Look like they've got good firepower. I'm going to go for Blackburn to win narrowly, 2-1.
Yeah, that might be a scribble for me. That was something I was interested in there, the Blackburn 2-1 home win. I think your mate Eusty has got a bit of an advantage at the start of the season, good training ground manager. And I think maybe their points per game will plateau a little bit as we go past the transfer window. Can I call Oxford ruthless and then predict them not to score because you've stolen the 2-1? The only narrow win I've got left is a 1-0 to Blackburn. So, sorry, Oxford fans. Blackburn 1, Oxford 0. And it's Borough versus Pompey. So, Pompey have had a great start, really, when you think about it, not losing to two parachute teams in Leeds and Luton. Middlesbrough, you still can't 100% trust them after what they do at Derby, where they have really good numbers, Sam, and don't win the game. But I think they're going to win this game. I think they're going to be back on it. I don't think this is one they're going to slip up. I think it's Middlesbrough. Should we get some goals in this one? Middlesbrough 3, Pompey 0.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. I think it's a tough game. I think we did it on the podcast. Middlesbrough had the most shots, have they? I think across the two games.
Just ruined the quiz for everyone who hasn't seen the podcast yet.
Sorry, guys. But
that's the real quiz.
Yeah, I mean, it had so many opportunities at their defeat at Derby the other day. So I think they'll start to go in for Middlesbrough. Tommy Conway added to the ranks as well. It's going to take Pompey a little bit of time. They're going to be a little bit disrupted by some big players missing, I think, for the early part of the season. I will go for them to score, but to lose at the Riverside 3-1.
Norwich, Sheffield United, Sam. Bit of a improvement for Norwich across the week. And we didn't mention on the pod, actually, Michael Atanasio is now the majority shareholder as well. So this idea of a Norwich season of transition really is a season of transition.
Yeah, I'm pretty strong on Sheffield United.
You are.
However, I really like their signings. I think this might be the old Championship reality check coming this weekend. And I'm throwing a few curveballs in early part of this season. I spoke of Norwich having to be good at home. I think they're going to win this game. I'm going to go for Norwich to win by 1-0.
That's interesting. You've left the door wide open for me to flip that then and take Sheffield United, haven't you? So I'll take the parachute team, and maybe on the basis of what you've said, Sam, of individual quality and players that really know this level of O'Hare and Hamer and Kiefer Moore and those lads. Shall I flip you completely and go for the 1-0? Not while Josh Sargent's around. No, we can't. We've got to have a Norwich goal in there, haven't we? Norwich 1, Sheffield United 2, which takes us to Preston versus Luton. And Sam, I can't back Preston at the moment, not when we've had a manager go out after one game and then the caretaker not do the press and quit after the second. So Luton off and running. This is not even a Luton prediction. This is based on chaos at Preston. I'm going to go Preston 0, Luton 2. First win for Rob Edwards this season.
Yeah, it's my thought process exactly. I mean, quite often in these situations, you get a caretaker, an interim coming in and galvanise the players and galvanise the place, and all of a sudden puts himself in the reckoning for the job. So this is unprecedented to a degree. I don't think the squad's in a good place. I don't think the team's in a good place. I think they're flat. I think the confidence is lacking. I don't think there's goals. I don't think defensively they're at it. And that has not been a criticism consistently of Preston North End. So I can only back Luton. I'm going to go for Preston 0, Luton 1.
Stoke versus West Brom, Sam. West Brom still undefeated. Yeah, good start actually, West Brom. Stoke going under to Watford this week.
Yeah, tough game. You take probably a draw against Leeds at home, even when you consider their troubles. I'm just going to back West Brom to do what they did at QPR. I think the inconsistency is there again with Stoke. I think that will probably continue for a period until they get maybe a settled side and get beyond the window, and Stephen Schumacher can really buckle down with his team. I'm going to go for West Brom to do exactly what they did at QPR. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for West Brom just to win by 2-1, not the 3. 2-1.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It feels low margin, doesn't it, with Carlos Corber on there. I don't think Stoke will win. I think it's either a draw or a West Brommer. And being I left myself a draw earlier in the predictions with Bristol City and Coventry, I'll take it now, Sam. And I will go Stoke 1, West Brom 1. Nothing in it but Corberon to stay undefeated. And let's irritate Sam again by saying it's first versus second in the Championship. Sunderland versus Burnley. This should be absolutely brilliant. Burnley are scoring every time they even walk near the goal, whether they've got the ball or not, looking at that first goal against Cardiff. But Sunderland haven't conceded yet. And I think the home crowd are going to really, really fancy this one. Should we get aboard the Sunderland trainer of Burnley just got too many damn good players? Burnley have just got too many damn good players. Sunderland 1, Burnley 2, Parker 3 for 3, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to flip it just for the sake of it.
But it's fun to do that, though, isn't it?
It is. I kind of think Burnley will win this game. I think this will be the game where Sunderland do concede, despite how good they've been, especially centre-half pairing defensively. I think Burnley are giving up opportunities. I think, if you ask the supporters that have been at both games, they'd say that's somewhere where there's room for improvement. They've clearly been incredibly clinical at the other end. What the hell of it? Sunderland 2, Burnley 3. 5-goal thriller.
Oh, Parkin has thrown out the bonus point there. The fishing line is out. I'll be terrified watching that one then if that goes 2-2. Sam, Watford derby. Watford fans will be hoping for a draw at Sunderland Burnley and some possible clear water ahead of them at the top of the table.
Let's go for it. Just to pour complete cold water on everyone who was really down on Watford. Yeah, Derby were very fortuitous, weren't they, in that victory? They'll be feeling a hell of a lot better on the training ground this morning. Hell of a lot more confident. Paul Warne will be feeling that any early season doubts and pressure has been lifted with that solitary goal win. But I think Watford have got more creativity and probably more goals. And I think Watford are going to go 3 for 3. 2-0, Watford.
Love that. I think Derby and Paul Warne are going to be able to leverage Pride Park, and they're playing at Vicarage Road this weekend. So I think it might be 3 for 3 for Watford as well. What did you go for, Sam? Sorry.
2-0.
2-0. Derby are the set play masters, aren't they? So shall I give them a set play goal onto your prediction then? Watford 2, Derby 1. So I've still got Burnley top of the table, haven't I? But Watford, the incredible start to continue. And probably the biggest game of the season so far in terms of local rivalries is Swansea versus Cardiff. And it's me up first. Cardiff are right down at the bottom. Swansea had a morale-boosting win. I think there's not a lot in it. And I've just got to go for the underlying mood to be with Swansea, Sam, haven't I? It's not going to be a high scorer if it's Errol Balut. Swansea 1, Cardiff 0, Sam.
I really wanted to go first on this one because
Have you got an amazing stat or something?
no. I'm just having a look now. Actually, I did the game last year at Swansea. They are what are they? Oh no, Cardiff beat them 2-0 last year. Was that right? Yeah. Yeah, Cardiff beat them in the home game, and I saw Swansea beat them 2-0. Sorry, this isn't very good, but they won 4, didn't they, on the bounce prior to that,
Yes.
Swansea. So they drew a draw. They're due a draw. For me, at this stage of the season, it absolutely reeks of 1-1. I'm going to go for a stalemate in the first one. Too early in the season, really, I think, to not expect it to be cagey.
There we go. There are your round 3 championship predictions. Get involved in the comments. You can copy and paste the games from the description. Get your points in as well. 1 for an outcome, 3 for the scoreline. Bonus point if your scorer's got 5 or more goals. Sam, we're talking about Sunderland, Burnley, and Watford going 3 for 3. Can you go 3 for 3?